Well, good morning, pharmacy aficionados. Welcome back again this month to www.salessystem.com.au. My name's Glenn Guilfoyle and I head up the pharmacy services specialist group called The Next Level, and we come to you each month in this form, both YouTube clip and written form, as part of our unflinching commitment to the noble cause of pharmacies aspiring to a complete solution, total hosting service model for their health customers. And so this month, with everything that's being written and said at the conferences, industry trade shows, etc., about professional services and their importance going forward, I'd like to actually make a distinction between professional services and what we at the Next Level call professional service, and hope that professional service, as we see it, doesn't get lost in the stampede towards professional services. Also, once you finish watching me, I'd like to invite you to click through to the written version, and in there I give you 6 easy steps that you can take to put a line in the sand and see where you are in terms of your level of professional service and what you need to do to elevate and increase that and enrich your customers' experience. Okay, so here we go. Chris Brooker's recent story in AJP Daily, where he looked at the 12 key business-related findings and statistics from the 2016 UTS Pharmacy Barometer, struck me with great interest, because amongst those 12, 3 were about professional services. So 25% of the key business-related findings are around professional services. Now, as a keen student of and stakeholder in the retail pharmacy sector, I have no doubt that the pharmacies that survive and thrive David Quilty's tipping point, as he called it at APP, will surely be exemplars of a whole host of professional services. My concern is that the degree to which professional service seems to be overlooked through all the noise and fanfare around professional services. So no, I'm not being tautologic. More than 250 studies of health customer engagement and script processing efficiency across a broad cross-section of Australian pharmacies show how underutilised the pharmacist-only and pharmacy-only categories of products are in relation to my fascination for a complete solution for the health customer. And so this is the heart and soul of my point about professional service. The benchmarks emanating from those studies show us that for the average script customer visit, a mere 0.29 additional S3, S2, and even counting unscheduled health products are added on to whatever is being dispensed with the script. So 1 in 4 customers gets 1 add-on product, 3 in 4 get 0. And at the OTC counter, 118 of these non-scripted health products ratio against 100 OTC customer visits. So I believe these stats demonstrate my point about the underutilisation of these products. And if you accept my tenet that these products, as they are added on for script customers or added into the basket of the OTC customer, is a reasonable proxy, at least for a product-based version of a complete solution. So indulge me to join some dots and put forward this tenet for your consideration. So in the written version, as you click through, I outline 4 steps that you need to take, or I would encourage you to take, which will involve you marshalling a little bit of effort from a couple of members of your dispensary team to do a tiny spot of observational random data collection. And those 4 steps are specified in the written version of this post. The other 2 steps that make up my 6 steps will involve you diving into your point of sale / dispensing software system to drag out some 12-month data for your total unit volume or throughput of those important health category products, your S3s, S2s and unscheduleds, and also your script customer numbers. If you follow my advice and the sequence of those 6 steps, you will arrive at a set of numbers that will clearly show you the degree to which you are or are not providing exemplary professional service, as I call it. You will see how your number compares to the 0.29, the so-called add-ons for your script customers, thereby a proxy for how effective your customer conversations are at the script counter. You will ascertain your own number to compare to the 1.18 of these products for your 100 OTC customers. Again, a good proxy to see how you compare to the Australian benchmarks and therefore how effective your staff to customer counter conversations are at that counter. And you will also ascertain how effective your self-selecting mid-store is as the third source of generating these products. Of course, that source is often, not always, but often not accompanied by a conversation, and certainly not a counter conversation in terms of script out OTC conversations between your dispensary team staff and customers. So 3 really important metrics. You'll be able to see how you compare to the national standards. And in terms of the balance, if you think about the way I've described them, there's 2 sources that arise from conversations at the counters and 1 source which is reliant on how effective basically your merchandising and non-staff generation of health products, of course excluding S3 and in some states S2 as well. And you'll be able to see how your ratio compares. If you are something akin to typical, you will find that you're about 1/3 of all those products come from counter conversations, 2/3 from self-selecting gondolas in the mid-store. And if you are aspiring to be a professional service and high professional service model, then you need to get above the 1/3 generated from counter conversations. So some really important metrics to help you draw a line in the sand, see how you compare and how effective your professional service is at the moment, so that you can counterbalance all of the exhortations that you're no doubt hearing and reading about in terms of heading towards a professional services model. I hope that's been of use. We're always only a phone call away if you'd like to extend this discussion one-on-one, and we'll be back next month with another thought provoker to assist you thinking about the further development of your complete solution, total hosting service model for your health customers. Bye for now.